A Ford dealer in the United States has been accused of doing something that is absolutely farcical, but I kind of think this is one of those things that dealers sometimes do. And it really reinforces the point here, which is dealers kind of suck. Well, sometimes they do. And here's one reason why I think you shouldn't be forced to have to buy a car from a dealer. Now, do you agree or do you disagree with that? There's really nothing else in the world that you buy where you're forced to go to a dealership. I don't really understand why we decided that this rule should apply for cars. It doesn't apply for heaps of other stuff. It doesn't even apply for a lot of aeroplanes. It's weird. Now, a couple in North Carolina are saying that a Ford dealer actually forged their signatures on a deal that is $43,000 more than what they were told they were going to be paid. Now, the Ford dealer and the couple are actually in court over the deal. And some online users say this is the same dealer who is known for putting massive markups on its vehicles. So they think there's a pretty good chance that this actually did happen. Now, the dealer is Mach-E Ford, located in South Charlotte. And according to customer Alex Gallardo, he entered into a contract with Fick & Ford for a truck which cost $74,000. When he finally got a chance to look at the finalized paperwork, several days after he had signed the documents, the contract had increased to $117,000. That's quite an increase. This is what he said. It's overwhelming, it's frustrating, it's very tiring. Gallardo told news outlet WSOC that price wasn't just pure markup profit either. Gallardo says that it included a high interest rate and features that he and his wife hadn't agreed to, like gap insurance. When he brought it up to the dealer, he was offered the chance to sell the truck back, but he turned it down. I don't know why the dealer wouldn't have just said, yeah, okay, no worries, mate, we'll sell it to someone else. I mean, why would you want this kind of a nightmare if you're a dealership? They must be really struggling. He said all that time would have just been wasted. All that time invested into looking for a vehicle, going to the dealership, taking time off work. So what they were offering wasn't a real solution for both parties involved. That's certainly understandable, says carscoops.com. John ONeill, the attorney representing the Gallardo, says that it falls far short of trying to make it right and giving the Gallardos the deal that they anticipated. The dealer isn't commenting while the litigation is ongoing. Client satisfaction is our number one priority every day, they said. We are simply not able to discuss pending litigation. I am a bit concerned that they haven't discussed the case at all. You would think if you're innocent, you'd probably say, no, we didn't do this. He's made it all up. But the fact that they just kept quiet about it seems weird. Now, a lot of people are commenting on this story. Apparently, people have said this dealer has a history of large markups. Someone said, I walked out of that dealership last year. I saw they had all kinds of markups. The salesman denied that they did this, but it was obvious that they did. I advised him he needed to look on the window sticker and figure out how $30,000 markup was not a markup, or a $30,000 adjustment wasn't a markup. Now, there was an article published last year that says Ford's customers are skipping dealerships and doing this instead. The high demand and low supply situation in the car market brought about by the chip shortage and supply chain issues have also caused problems for car buyers and automakers. One example is dealerships selling cars way over manufacturers' recommended retail price, which is the MSRP in the United States, for Ford customers. Examples of vehicles that have been subject to these markups are the Ford Bronco and the F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck. Consumers are solving this problem by doing something like this. Ford have opted to sell F-150 Lightnings directly to buyers using a two-step process. The first step was to buy a refundable $100 reservation with the car, manufacturer later sending invitations to reservation holders to order the truck. However, this actually didn't stop dealers from trying to make an extra buck on the sale. A post by Detroit Free Press in January 2022 highlighted that some dealerships were demanding extra payments from customers already on the reservation list to help them keep them there. This caught the attention of Ford executives, and Vice President of Sales Andrew Frick even threatened to redirect some of the truck allocations for the guilty parties to competing dealerships, but it hasn't actually stopped it from happening. Numerous people have actually emailed me, got in contact and said, hey, Sam, yeah, they're still doing it. They're still marking cars up. If I don't actually commit to paying $20,000 over the MSRP, they're going to basically cancel my reservation for my Lightning electric truck. So it's still happening, unfortunately. That hasn't solved the problem. However, Ford said that in April of 2022, 50% of the company's sales were from direct orders. So what's happening is customers are actually starting to buy these directly from Ford. Ford's sales reports for the previous months show a growing preference for ordering directly from the factory over looking at dealership inventory. And this trend is going to continue as long as there are any supply chain issues, low supply, or just dealerships that are trying to rip people off. Now, Ford CEO Jim Farley said to dealerships about 6 months ago that they would cut their supply if they didn't stop this kind of thing. Here's what Jim Farley said. We have very good knowledge of who they are. Now, that's probably not what you want your CEO to say about the company, about your company. And if you're invested in Ford, you probably don't want to hear them or Ford or any dealership, any brand say that about basically your brand representatives, your company representatives. Now, apparently nearly everyone is paying more than the actual invoice at Ford. KBB.com says that in December, non-luxury car shoppers paid an average of $1,000 over the sticker price. This is weird. Why would that be happening? Luxury car buyers paid around $1,300 more than the MSRP on average. Now, apparently there is a way you can kind of protect yourself to some degree, and that is if you find yourself shopping for a car in high demand, such as the F-150 Lightning or the Mustang Mach-E, you can make, one step to kind of help you get the price that you're meant to be. That is, get the price in writing. Even if you're placing an order for a car online from Ford's system, the Ford system will send that order to a local dealership to actually fulfill. Before the money changes hands, you should get a signed purchase agreement from the dealership with the final price on it. If they don't honor it, well, walk away. Be patient, find someone else. You have the same leverage as the CEO of Ford. Just as the CEO of Ford can send cars to rival dealerships to sell to try and prevent some dealerships from doing the wrong thing, you can place your order through a rival dealership that might sign away the car to you at a fair price. Now, considering this year, there has been a lot less demand for cars, and obviously demand appears to be going down. Hopefully these kinds of things will happen less. But unfortunately, when you've got dealerships, well, there's always going to be dodgy practices. It's just what a lot of them do. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.